The first global Premier Valorant event has come and gone, with the playoff tournaments being this past Sunday, and it was overall pretty awesome. But I want to talk a bit about my thoughts on the mode and the tournament system as a whole now that we've been through an entire cycle of it, and most importantly, what I would like to see improved for the full release. First things first, this is just a beta. This is not the final product, and we know that there will be changes and more features once we get to the full release. Things like a scouting board are coming, and so it really should only get better from here. With that in mind, let's talk about what can improve moving forward with Premier. First, Premier was an awesome event that bolstered the 5-stack Valorant experience, which, in my opinion, is the best Valorant experience overall. It was really fun to get together with 4 friends and brainstorm strategies and just try to win. Me and my team managed to make it to the playoffs, but we didn't win the tournament in the end, which is fine. The event was still a blast and it gave me something to look forward to. However, there were some issues, so I want to talk about the things that I think Valorant needs to improve before the next major Premier event, or at least before the Premier launch. First, the server system was a bit of a mess. In the US, you could pick between US East and US West, and it would essentially select servers from a list depending on which you selected. However, they seemed all over the place, with US West including both California and Illinois, meaning that ping could range from as low as 15 milliseconds all the way up to 80 depending on where you lived and depending on what server was selected. Being able to just select servers to play on within the group would be great. Right now, it's a flip of a coin, and sometimes you just lose the ping lottery, which doesn't feel great. If they instead let you select 1 or 2 servers from within the list of US West or US East servers, I feel that some of the randomness could be removed from the system while still preserving the whole East and West regions. Next, let's talk about the time and dates. Overall, the times and dates for when you could play the matches were fine. It gave an hour window and was on Saturdays and Mondays, often leading to me being open. But I know a lot of people that had issues with this, and it was compounded by poor communication and a lack of in-game instruction in terms of when you could play and how much you could play. In essence, you could play 2 games of Premier per week, so you could do 2 Saturday, 2 Monday, or 1 on Saturday, 1 on Monday. But you had to experiment to figure that out, and so having that be more clear would be great and allow people to realize that they don't have to be available both days at both times. But my other issue is that it's not a tournament until the final playoff tournament. It's just matches against random teams. So I feel like expanding the time to a 2-hour block would be great. Our first game went to double overtime, meaning that we actually didn't have enough time to queue for game 2 that day. If the time window to queue was expanded, it would allow for more double games in a day, allowing for people who may not be able to participate on the other day to still get 2 matches in per week. It's a little thing, but it would make it way more accessible to more players. Next up, let's talk about maps. With this last event, each week had a map that was played, and that was the only option. However, during the beta test and during the playoffs, there was a full-on map pick and ban system, and I feel that it would be awesome if that was the standard, even for just the weekly matches. Imagine you get into a game and then you ban maps until one remains. This would increase the feeling of it being an actual strategy-based tournament and less like 5-stack ranked without the ranked aspect. In addition, while I think best of 3s would take too long to do every week, I would love if they could occasionally throw some in to mix up the weekly best of 1s. I also feel like it could be fun to add an option where you can either do 2 best of 1s in a week or 1 best of 3 in a week, allowing for those who want a longer, more connected tournament match to get that without requiring that much more time than the typical 2 matches per week. The last major issue I had with the Premier system was that it felt pointless in the end. Yes, I enjoyed it, and I'm still happy that I spent the time playing it because I had fun while doing it. But the reward structure, at least for this Premier, was an all or nothing approach, and I feel it made me not care as much as I wanted to care about it, because I knew that you got nothing extra for coming in second, and what were the odds that we'd be able to get first. I think that this is the most likely improvement to occur, with a new currency being rumored and found in data mining. I would love to be able to feel accomplished for every win by getting some amount of currency and then being able to buy things with that currency, so that second place is still more rewarding than last place, therefore encouraging me to win even if I'm not going to win the whole thing. Overall, Premier was really fun, but I just wanted to make this video to talk about a couple of the issues I ran into across the event. I'm not trying to dog on anything or say Premier was terrible. It was amazing. It's just Premier is the first major feature added to Valorant since its launch, and I'm excited to see where it goes moving forward, and I hope some key changes are able to be made. If you want to see more content from me, check out this video where I do a deep dive on how pros are playing the newly reworked bind, or this video where I talk about 5 features that I really want to see implemented into Valorant. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.